And now we're live. Hello, folks. It's Tina and I, and Phil is logging on, having some technical difficulties.
Good afternoon.
And I haven't typed in where I'm from. Hello from me.
There's Sarah.
There I am.
And Carrie.
They
kicked him out.
Oh man, I don't know. I'll try it again.
We've got Haley and behavior of a leader.
And we got Mexico.
Mexico. Hi, Anne.
Phil has accepted and is connecting, but there he comes. Finally. Whoa, back away. And he's back.
I did it.
Wow.
There he is.
I've been traveling all over the interwaves.
I would stick with Chrome.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I was on Edge doing some work, and then I realized that it just wasn't working. So then I flipped over. So
Yeah.
welcome.
He was on Edge and then he flipped over.
I was on Edge, and I took myself off the edge.
Gotta figure out how to
Backed away from the edge.
Screen, not the
I
company.
backed away slowly.
Behavior of a leader. Oh,
It's
okay.
Katie Wilcox.
Okay, Katie.
Oh yeah. Well, you'll figure that out.
You create a different profile using a different email address.
Yeah.
Log in as that email address. That's how you do it. I have 2 accounts. So.
I've got. Yeah.
And we're here today, by the way, to talk about not away from values, away from yucky stuff, a basic. And now the label says CCMT. That stands for a core certified matrix trainer event. And we've been, I don't know, maybe to give people sort of a guide on how to get certified, really, that you do a total of 40 hours of watching these crowdcasts that we do. And we have labeled them either core ones, CCMT, or the CMT, which is just certified matrix trainer.
They've been hand selected by us.
Right. And the core means that we think they're really important.
Yeah,
and
you really want to.
At least 10 of the 40 have to be the core.
Yep.
Ones. And this is one, and this one's free.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So that's
First one's on us.
First one's on us. And then from there, you can sign up for certification, which is just a test, certification testing. Yep. Just like a dojo. You pay your monthly fee to come in the dojo, and then when it's time for you to test for your belt, you pay your testing fee and do it.
Testing fee. Yep.
Phil and I are just using our old dojo stuff. So,
oh yeah.
But this way you can go into the crowdcasts and look at the old recordings, and you can see those labels, and you know whether it's a credit or not. So that's what we're doing. Yep. Seems pretty straightforward. And actually, Phil, somebody's already purchased one.
Hey.
Yeah.
so
that worked.
Somebody only has 39 to go. And,
there you go.
They will do it.
They'll be busting through.
Hopefully, it will be a straightforward way of.
Yeah. We try to make it as easy as possible.
Moving toward certification.
Yeah.
Oh, there's projects. I forgot about the project.
Oh, yeah.
You need to record yourself applying the matrix, pro-social matrix, to a topic 4 times.
Yep.
We do that 3 times a week at least.
Yeah.
So,
we figure that's fairly doable.
It's entirely doable. That's just so you're getting practice talking through it, so that when you come in
and practice showing it. Yeah.
Practice showing it, so that when we hear you,
yep,
you're well practiced up.
You'll be good to go.
Right. Fun stuff. 16 live now. Woohoo!
All right.
And all of that is explained in that green. Click here for more
Click
information.
down below.
If you click the green button,
It'll tell you what you need to know, and you can certainly email us if you have any other specific questions about it.
anybody, we're here all the time.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to get started.
Let's do it.
Okay, so this got started probably because we got hooked.
Oh yeah.
No, you got to get hooked.
You are noticing the Act Matrix people being hooked.
We got hooked. That means, you see something and the feeling shows up inside of you, and it's and in this case, it was a hook that went instead of I'm falling in love and all that good kind of stuff.
Yeah,
wasn't that kind of hook.
Jerk this over to the lower left.
I want to jerk this over, and it was like, for the umpteenth time, we had heard or
we've been down this road before.
This is not a new road. And somebody, they'll go to the upper left, and I'm going to talk about this first, then we'll do the loops.
Yeah, all right.
Might as well know why we're doing this. We'll go to the upper. They'll go to the upper left, and they'll say, "Oh, and up here we'll talk about the stuff that you do to move away from your values." Wrong. We don't use the word wrong very often in this.
You don't do much correcting.
That just sends you down a path.
Yeah.
That is, it's trouble. Yep. It's just trouble.
Hey, Paul.
And we're going to go today, after we do the loops, we're going to go through 3 or 4 or 5 of the different troubles that will occur.
That will occur. They will.
WILL will occur if you do that. So the proper, and you'll hear us do it in a minute, is away from yucky stuff, or away from difficult stuff,
away from uncomfortable stuff,
away from
unwanted thoughts, feelings, and urges,
unwanted stuff. The phrases go on, but one of the best one is, I have pain, and I am going to be motivated to get rid of that pain, and I'll do some behavior like take a Tylenol or something to get rid of the pain, and then I get relief. I got rid of the pain. That is an away move. End of story. Fear shows up inside of me. I go hide or do something, and the fear goes away, or at least significantly reduces, and I go, that feels better. I got rid of the fear. That feels. So these are, I'm really, really hungry. I want to go get something to eat, and I go and get something to eat. Ooh, that feels good.
There you go. or I've got a splinter in my finger.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, anybody that has a splinter in their finger. There's only really one thing on your
one behavior you want to do at that point, right?
Get that darn thing.
You're going to start doing surgery on your finger, right? Exactly.
That's an away move. It has nothing to do with values. Nothing.
Totally non-judgmental.
Well, that's another. So anyway, let's do a couple.
Yeah, let's do that.
Real quick, but I wanted to preamble with that's what we'll be talking about today. And if you didn't hear anything about the first of it, you'll know, wow, those people, they really get up and start talking when somebody says, oh, this is away from values. And you just know we're flipping out. Going, no. And then you might say, well, why would they be flipping out? Well, today you're going to find out.
That's what this is all about.
Today you will find out. But in the meantime, let's do a couple of loops.
All right.
He's going to fire up his famous whiteboard.
I'm ready.
Hi.
Slides are ready. We've got the
And we're going to make him the big guy.
All right, here we go.
The focus screen, as they call it.
Matrix. Here, Matrix center stage. With the...
and we're going to say, is it okay
if
we show you this point of view? What do you say? Anybody out there willing?
Just waiting for a chat.
Allow us to show you this point of view. And we will not continue until we get responses in the affirmative.
Staring at me, holding my whiteboard for a while.
There's
a short.
We got a short.
That's an affirmative.
And Jennifer, now we're coming up.
There we go. We're
Cool. I certainly have it right here. So I do.
Oh, it looks like that horizontal line and vertical line there. And we start with the question, who's important to you? Mm-hmm. And I can answer my own question. I will say that my dear wife is important to me.
And she is now on the board.
On the board. And Tina says husband.
Husband.
Babies. Other folks out there. Lob in some important folks. Well, we got husband and son from Haley.
Sons.
And significant other, family.
Significant others, children.
And Andrea, children. Paul, his son. We're getting there. And and oftentimes people they'll put in their dogs, and yes, in our world, dogs are people too.
Oh, Anne's robot.
Anne's robot. Anne's robot. It's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Husbands and daughters and pets and family. You get the idea. Important. Okay. So that we start off there, and then we go over to the lower left part of the mind over there. And this is where we write down the yucky stuff, like fear. And I'll start with, I usually put fear as my example. And so it doesn't feel good. You don't like to feel afraid. So that's one example. I've already given another one. Depression is another one. There we go.
There we go.
And then another one I talked about, of course, was pain.
Pain, physical pain.
Fear, depression, pain. Anybody think of other unpleasant stuff that shows up inside of us?
I'm going to go with anxiety, guys.
And that
insecurity
goes up. That doesn't feel good. Definitely. Being disappointed. Nope, that doesn't feel good. Nope, that does definitely worry. Oh, and if your health, if you feel unhealthy, that doesn't feel good. Oh, shameful, painful memories. Oh yeah, those don't feel good. No. Shame, that doesn't feel good. Anxiety, annoyance, that doesn't feel good. What's another one we come up with a lot? Oh, guilt. Guilt doesn't feel good.
Oh, that goes well with shame. I'll have my guilt with a side order of shame, please.
There we go. And you see how we have quickly, and we're not even close to all of the yucky. And we'll even include yucky thoughts, like I'm not good enough, in quotes. Anybody ever have that thought?
I am not blank enough.
Anybody ever feel that? Or have a thought like that?
2020. Chuck says 2020 was yucky. All of 2020 was yucky.
The whole year. That's right. Cover the whole thing.
So you guys get the idea of this yucky feeling stuff. Now we go to the upper left. Drum roll. Here it comes. And these are the behaviors that we do to lessen, get relief from that yucky stuff. That's it. That's it. No more. So
full stop.
So fear, you run.
Oh yeah. That's what I did.
Sleep. Okay, well, sleep. That's something. What do people do to get? What are you getting away from with your sleep?
Away from here.
Depression.
Okay. Here we go. Right. A lot of people do that. Oh, Paul said shout. What are you shouting to lessen, Paul? We like to connect up the dots. Oh, overeating is very popular. Avoid is very popular. And wine is very popular. You whine while you're drinking wine. Rest, workout, watch TV, all of these things. Yeah, and there we go into what we talk about. You know, you're feeling really stressed out. You just don't know what to do. And you say, I'm just going to flick on Netflix and watch Netflix. It's an away move. So, you know, and that's just what you're doing. You're just noticing that you're doing an away move. Okay. Scroll social media, power, very popular.
Oh, yeah.
Very popular. Very popular to do. And obviously, these are observable behaviors. So somebody else could see you doing them. We can see you running. We can see you watching Netflix. We can see you sleeping. You know, we can.
Attend online meetings.
Yeah, that's a popular away move. Yes. We hope it gets more popular.
Yeah, really do.
So we revel in being away moves. Yeah, it's way cool.
Do as many of those as you can.
And so, and just to pause just a second. So what you're noticing here is you're noticing yucky stuff, and then you're noticing the behavior you're doing to lessen, to get relief from the yucky stuff. That's what you're doing. Okay. That's it. That's in. End of story. No more. And then, of course, finally, in the upper right, in that nice blank spot there.
Oh, you got to fill that
out. The behaviors. This is where we intend to move closer to our wife or husband.
Them folks in the bottom there.
Or our dogs or whoever. We do these behaviors with the intention of increasing, to getting satisfaction from the communicating, joining, whatever, interacting with,
part of the family, member of the community, part of the herd.
Right. So you'll notice on the left, the basic idea is you're going to get relief on the away moves, where on the right, you're going to get some sort of sense of satisfaction from doing these toward moves. So saying no can very much be a toward move. Taking time for people can be a toward move. Oh, with my wife, I like to talk to my wife.
Oh,
it's a very powerful toward move.
Have a chat.
In my house.
Say hello.
Walks together, schedule.
Struggle.
You're saying, man, I ought to set a little more time aside for my kids. There I go. Well, that's a toward move right there. Right. And, walk.
Take a walk.
I talk about feed everything, right?
Yeah.
So feed them. I say feed them.
All of them. So they can be there for you to get close.
Feed everybody. People like to be fed. It's a good toward move. It's usually a workable toward move. Go visit folks. Exactly.
Visit.
Yeah, go visit. Right. And once again, so you would be noticing yourself doing these behaviors in the service of it, improving your relationship, furthering your relationship with these important folks.
Oh yeah, there's me down the bottom. That's right, Chuck.
Oh yeah, sure. You can put yourself down there, and then you say, "What might I do for me?" Exactly. Yep. Exactly. And by the way, and with that coming in, we might say, "I'm going to exercise for myself." You'll have noticed that exercise can be an away move. It's the function of the
behavior. It goes on both sides.
Right. So you could exercise.
Any behavior can go on any side.
To take care of myself, and I can exercise to get stress.
Self-care.
Right. And meditation's the same way. Meditation can be a away move. What meditation could be a toward. You just notice the intention. Notice what's going on. And there's that word noticing. So does anybody think that you'll have the opportunity to notice who's important to you, and notice yucky stuff showing up, and notice yourself doing away moves from the yucky stuff, or doing toward moves to increase your relationship stuff in the next week or so? What do you think? Think you might have the opportunity to notice all of that stuff? Oh, Paul says yes.
Probably
yes.
Oh, yeah, nice.
There we go.
I say yes.
Tina says yes.
Oh,
there we go. There's lots of yeses.
Says yes.
We usually go ahead and do a second loop. And why is because you'll have already noticed we humans hang out with other people, and when we hang out with other people, we have a shared purpose with those other people. So we ask the question, what's our shared purpose? Like today, what's our shared purpose?
What did we come here for?
And what did we come here for? And I'm going to put in learn about away moves. There, I put it in. Learn about away moves.
I love it. Learn about away moves in the lower right of the shared purpose. I love it.
Anybody else? What'd you come to learn about? Oh, maybe they came to get a CCMT.
Well, hey, yeah.
Understand the
Credit.
matrix.
Maybe some people may have be coming to get credit.
People may be here. By definition, if you're here, you're getting you could be getting a CCMT.
You are one step closer.
One step closer to certification. Learn how to
apply it. Okay. Understand and apply. Let's do that.
We do that sometimes. Make the world a better place. Love it, Austin. We do that kind of thing too. We have a diabolical plan.
Oh,
it is awful.
Very nefarious. Don't hang out with us. Very nefarious.
To help team members use the matrix. Exactly. There you go. Now there's a pro-social kind of thing. Need to learn to use the matrix. Those books on the shelf remain unread. Oh yeah, exactly. I never read those things either.
Oh yeah. They're nice dust collectors.
Yeah, it can help students with behavioral needs.
All right.
All right. See, all kinds of cool stuff.
Help students.
We're here together as a shared purpose to work toward.
We're gathered here.
Right. Now, lower left is still yucky, but now we're framing it up as social yucky stuff. So that special yucky stuff that you get when you interact with other people. Some of you may have noticed this stuff showing up when you're interacting with other people.
Perhaps even today.
You may have noticed yucky stuff like, well, we already had one, annoyed.
Yes.
That showed up. Has any of you ever felt annoyed with somebody?
A fellow human?
A fellow human? Tina feels paranoid.
Paranoia. Ooh.
Oh. Staff buy-in. I wonder if that's to the right. Maybe.
Staff buy-in. Lack of staff.
Well, lack of staff buy-in. Grudges. Oh, that's a popular one. Feeling a grudge. Yeah.
Grudges. Resistance.
Resistance. Oh, yes. There we go. How about, oh, I was going to say, how about fear? But Chuck just put it in. Fear would be, exactly.
Well, I'm going to put down anger because that's kind of.
Anger shows up.
Low-hanging fruit. When
feeling insecure.
Lazy.
Feeling lazy. Oh, my gosh. Yes, yes. Staff stress levels. Just stress. Let down. Oh, yeah. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of yucky stuff. Now, and when you're feeling that yucky stuff in these social situations, well, then you may do a social away move. Now, one of the primary ones is to just avoid it.
Yep.
Don't show up.
Don't do it.
Just don't.
Whatever it is, just don't do
it. Right. Yeah. Open another browser. That's what you Zoom.
Oh,
awesome. Mm-hmm. That's your Zoom meeting away.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. Open.
So the other thing in work situations at once, and that's sort of what Tina just said, you show up, but then you leave.
Yep. The lights are on, but nobody's home, right?
Right. Paul says drink alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah. Heck yeah, drink. Somebody said delay the meeting. Oh yeah, you get people dragging their feet. There you go.
Drink, delay.
Right.
Right along that side, I just come in late.
And notice it in all of this, quit. That's another one people do. Take this job and shove it.
I ain't working here no more.
This is my ex job.
Yeah. As of now. Right. All that kind of
phone.
stuff.
Yeah, check
right.
the phone.
So you get lots of really, and notice once again, this stuff is to decrease, get relief from
this stuff down here.
It has nothing to do with values.
Not over there.
It is the motivator is the uncomfortable feeling.
Internal
internal uncomfortableness, and you want to get rid of that. And so
Quickly.
it's fear, or pain or anxiety or all these things, and you want to get rid of it. Haley says, this is a very popular away move.
Oh, yeah.
Give it to somebody else to do.
Look around and say, hey, here. Pass on to someone else.
Think about what I have to do after this is over.
Even better. Pass on to someone else who's not there is even better.
That's another form of checking out.
I'm going to have so-and-so do this.
Of course, the favorite one of bureaucracies is if somebody's not at the meeting, we'll give it to them.
Absolutely. That is one reason to go to the meeting. That could be make sure I don't get more stuff to do.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm showed up.
So, anywho, and finally, now when you think about it, a work situation or a family situation, whatever, the upper right, now we put behaviors that we would do to succeed at the shared purpose, right? So whatever kind of stuff we humans do to work together and accomplish the shared purpose, right? And well, there's a million behaviors for that. We always put in communicate. Why do we always put in communicate? Because if everybody doesn't know what the shared purpose is, you got a problem. Think of it. There's 10 people there, and all 10 of them have a different idea.
They're all scratching their heads.
Right. Well, they all maybe have a different idea of what.
Well, that's even better. Yeah.
So they all just go walking off in 10 different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's send surveys out for feedback. That is something that you could do.
Oh, absolutely.
But communicate is huge, right? And the other is treat each other with respect. We put that one in because when you don't treat each other with respect, we can guarantee you 100% of the time, bad things are going to happen. You're not going to get your shared purpose.
You can
now, the other checker
over here.
of course, the show up, participate.
Yep, that's it. Participate.
You're going to show up and you're going to communicate respectfully. Okay, that's the biggie. We can do incentives for staff. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that in there.
Exactly. I mean, once you get we communicate with dignity and respect kind of stuff, well, then you start just filling in. Are we making widgets? Are we writing papers? What are we doing?
Who's doing what?
Are we building a house? What are we doing? What's the shared purpose? So then you can divvy up tasks. So, and people eventually you accomplish the shared purpose, right? Or at least some sense of it.
Kind of the idea, right?
Yeah. and
closer, definitely.
And couples do this, and small groups do this, and organizations of
sports teams do this.
Right. So from 2 to 1 billion people, as this is a human being, part of at least a dyad, 2 people, and maybe more. And so we'll finish off with noticing again. So do you think any of you will have the opportunity to notice shared purpose and social yucky stuff and social away moves and, shared purpose moves in the next week or so, 2 weeks, month, I don't care, whatever. You think you'll have the opportunity to notice it out there in the future? Maybe today. I don't know.
Indeed. Yes.
Yes. There we go. Okay.
Nice.
Exactly. Okay. And so that's the 2 loops.
Yep.
Sometimes you'll hear us say do a couple of loops around the matrix. That's what we mean. That was it. The first loop is
Loop one.
the me matrix. It even has me on there. And the second one is the we matrix. Technically, the act matrix and the pro-social matrix.
Pro-social.
So between the two, you've pretty well got everything.
Covers the bases.
And now you've covered all the bases. And of course, what you want to do is practice showing those to other people.
Like this.
Like that.
It's like golfing or playing tennis or riding a bicycle or anything else. You're only going to get better at it if you actually do it. Show it to other people.
Yep. You could be staring at that bike all day long. You're not going to get better at it.
This is a bike. You need to crawl on the bike and ride it. But you just need to. Then you say, "Oh my God, how do I start?" You say, "Hey, I'm
Work with a couple. Oh, absolutely, Chuck.
Yes.
Yes.
There's whole chapters in books.
Absolutely. Use it all the time.
And yeah, it's
Great.
as a matter of fact, I'm going to use my Maynard term. It's wicked good with.
Oh, yes.
Wicked good. Really.
I work with, enjoy it.
Yeah. And the first thing, okay, with a couple, you can do it as a me matrix first, or you can just say, these people we need to pile right into pro-social. And you say, okay, couple, what's your shared purpose?
Boom.
And a lot of times you'll get blank stares from them because they've come to see you because they got trouble.
Right.
You're supposed to tell us
You
that.
give me, yeah.
Right. But after a little bit of talking and prodding, they'll start coming up with shared purposes. And then lights will start going off in their head.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I thought of another shared purpose that we have. Oh, put that down.
And then it'll be, oh, yeah, that's why we got together.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Now I remember.
How the two of you end up with each other in the first place.
So you can see that in and of itself is rather powerful, just a shared purpose. But obviously we do the yucky stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
But back to, we promised that we were going to explain why there's trouble in the upper left if you start saying away from values up there or away from who's important to you, anything like that. Okay. First of all, Tina might tell you, I heard her say it earlier. I may have heard Tina say it, but this, not to play a guessing game at all here, if you say that, you just judge the person.
Yeah. Well.
End of story. Boom. And this is a non-judgmental exercise. We're observing behaviors. We are inviting people to notice their behaviors and the motivators of those behaviors. That's what we're inviting people to do. It sounds like this. Oh, so you notice fear showing up. What did you notice doing after you noticed the fear showing up? Oh, I noticed myself running like hell. Oh, okay. So
that's a behavior.
So where would we put that on the matrix? Oh, I think I would put the fear in the lower left and the running like hell in the upper left as an away move. Boom. That's how this sounds. Okay. When you go into having people, either you judge them or have them judge themselves on, oh, I was doing a behavior to explicitly move away from my husband. You just judged them. It's judgmental, and there's trouble coming. It's just coming down the road, because when you start judging people, they're going to notice it. And they may not register it consciously. We'll just play with that conscious versus unconscious, but they're going to notice it. Okay. So that's number one. It's judgmental.
It is.
Right. Anybody else want to chime in with one before I do my next one?
Guilt.
Guilt. Say more about guilt.
We are shaping up guilt in other people or in ourselves when we make the statement that their away moves are away from their values or who or what's important to them.
Exactly. So in our culture, the sentence, if it was said out loud, would sound like, you should feel guilty because you've been moving away from your values. And if you were raised in my neighborhood, you would feel guilt.
Mine too.
And I'm pretty sure Phil was in a similar neighborhood. Hey, that's how it sounds.
We were raised on guilt in my
neighborhood. Right. That's how it sounds all together, folks. Is that it could land as criticism, which is of course right next door to guilt.
Yep.
Exactly. And shaming somebody.
Yep.
And we've heard it come across that way, of it being used. You know, Tina, I've been noticing you doing these away moves away from your kids.
That hurts. Even just to hear it.
Just to hear it, right? And I was play acting.
Yeah, but
that's what we're trying to tell you. The kind of troubles that show up with this stuff.
It is not cool at all.
And why we flip out when we hear it. And I'm doing it on purpose here to show you examples. But our culture, and I fear many other cultures, are so full of that shame and guilt and judgment stuff.
Yeah.
It's just right there under. It's either above the surface or right under the surface.
Yeah, put it right at the top.
It's just right there.
It's flowing down in all the time.
So another thing, and this is a little bit more technical, but it still applies. The matrix is about noticing feelings and behaviors, really. And so I notice stuff showing up on the inside of me. And then I notice myself doing behaviors that are related to those things showing up inside of me. Oh, I love my children. I'm going to go feed my children. That kind of thing. Oh, I don't like pain. I'm going to take some Tylenol to lessen this pain. Say I'm noticing my internal feelings and I'm noticing behaviors that are related to them. And the term you'll oftentimes hear us say is just noticing. And that just noticing is, the long form is non-judgmental noticing. You're just noticing it, okay? And you can literally do that non-verbally. No words are necessary for noticing. You notice the feeling, you notice the behavior. That's all you're doing. And I'm saying that verbally to cue it up in you, but you can do it silently through your day. You never need to use words.
Don't need words for this, folks.
You don't need words for doing this. The instant I start saying something like away from values, that's a verbal analysis. You have to use words to do that. And the matrix is not about verbal analyses. It's about noticing. Noticing what's showing up inside of me and noticing the behaviors that are related to what's showing up inside of me. Noticing that whole package. That's what I'm doing. Now, you probably do have some kind of a vague idea of where you'd like to get in life. And that's all you need with this, is a vague idea, by the way.
Yep.
And then by noticing what's going on inside of me and noticing my behaviors, I will pretty quickly learn what works, what behaviors work to get me toward that idea of a life that I would like to have. But notice I'm being very light I'm not saying you need to write down 27 different values and you need to map them. No, I'm not. I'm saying just a general idea of where you'd like to go. Just nice and light and fluffy. And now notice what's going on inside of you. Notice your behaviors, and you'll automatically notice if they're working to get you where you want to go. You don't have to do a verbal analysis. If you go bowling and you start throwing the ball and it starts going in the gutter every time, it's not going to take you very long to figure out, I probably need to do something different.
Yeah.
You don't have to do a grand verbal analysis.
Yeah, you could sit down and do a grand verbal analysis. That ain't how to fix the bowling problem.
They're just going to start figuring out different ways to bowl.
How long you handle it.
And that's what this is, That's just general idea. And because then here's why, folks, when you do a verbal analysis, it drops you down into the mind.
Here.
It drops you down there, and that removes you from the, what do they call them, Tina?
The contingencies?
Thank you. Bill.
Thanks, Billy.
Oh, sorry, I just jumped in there.
It
It showed up on me, so I said it.
They're also called direct contingencies.
Consequences, whatever.
Consequences. And otherwise known as, you'll make up the consequences in your head.
Oh, yeah.
And you're always right in your head.
Mine always work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just
Like
worked.
that
perfect.
bowling ball. Well, I'm just going to do X, Y, or Z in my head. That'll fix that.
That'll work.
So anyway, there's all kinds of, it's just not about a verbal analysis. And once we start playing away from values, you just dropped into that verbal analysis game. And of course, then here with the verbal analysis comes the guilt, judgment, shame.
Especially when you add in that word about somebody choosing to move away from. That's the one that really.
Yeah.
Here I go. Watch me away from what's important to me.
So I woke up this morning and I chose to move away from my.
I'm heading away from my values today all day.
Yeah.
All day long. That's what I'm going to do. Move
my
away.
value direction to head away from my values.
Yep. I woke up with a migraine. I took some Tylenol, and that was a very quick move away from my values.
Right.
And to continue on that journey, I had some wine and
yeah.
And it is, well, it's going to get you into judgment, shame, guilt, all kinds of, it's going to get you in your head.
Yep.
And in case you get thinking, well, what do they mean? Back in 2005, Steve Hayes put out the book, Get Out of Your Mind and Into Your Life. If you start talking about away from values, you're going straight into your head. That is not
your mind's in the gutter.
To use the bowling analogy,
My guy's good guy in the bowling thing.
Right. Yeah, and this is why. And so we've just seen some people hurt with it, folks.
Yeah. You can really do some damage. Let's just use the word damage here.
Damage. Yep.
Yeah.
We've seen it do some damage, and we don't like that. This is an away move. What you're seeing us doing right now.
This today is our away
move.
We noticed a lot of uncomfortable stuff coming up and said we will do a crowdcast on that.
This is called course correction.
And just for anybody going for certification, oh my goodness, you really need to know that we are listening for this stuff numero uno. Some of the really, this is the major, this will sink the ship. You're not going to make it if you start saying stuff like away from values, because you've really missed the point. With the point being, it's all an invitation to notice what's going on inside of you, notice your behaviors, and how all of that package is working to get you where you want to go in life. That's it. And now people are very stuck in their heads. myself included. And so it just takes some massaging and doing of the matrix and returning back to this view to help us get some flexibility and get up out of our heads. But we'll slam them right back into their heads if we start saying away from values.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
And if you want to keep ACT behavioral and you want to say that you are doing an analysis of behavior, then away and toward are just your negative and positive reinforcement. There's no function of a behavior that says you are engaging in a motor movement, which is what an observable behavior is, to move away from who or what's important to you. There is no function of a behavior that says that. Functions of behavior are positive reinforcement, get more good stuff, negative reinforcement, avoid bad stuff. So if you want to keep your ACT work, behavior analytic, then away moves are not away from values or who or what's important. And if you want to keep your ACT work true to ACT, then we are being non-judgmental in everything, which means towards others and towards ourselves. That's one of the tenets of ACT, is that non-judgmental noticing of what's going on and then making.
And that's non-judgmental noticing of what's going on. That's
right
it.
in the middle.
And I'm pretty sure they knew, they being like Steve Hayes and Kelly Wilson and stuff, that when they brought in the term values, that there was trouble. That there could be trouble. And there is. And you'll notice, folks, except for demonstrations like this, in a usual ACT matrix run through, you won't hear us mention values. We don't even say the word values.
Nope.
The closest we get is who's important, and maybe what's important, because people will bring that up. But who and what's important, that's it. That's all we don't get at values. We don't talk about them. Why? Because they invite us to get into a verbal analysis.
And there we go down the rabbit hole again.
Down we go into the rabbit hole.
Yep.
Oh, well, my values are religious values.
Oh, very nice.
Values are political values.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's write a paper comparing and contrasting political versus.
Great idea.
You get my drift?
Yep.
You're just flying down into a verbal analysis. Not what we want to do. That's not what the matrix was. That's for different places. I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do.
Oh, go right ahead. Have those discussions.
But for the matrix,
not within the matrix, though.
that's not what this is, to get people into noticing what's going on inside of them, noticing their behaviors and how they work for the life that they want to get toward.
And then the other thing is, even bringing up the word values, when you start talking about values, you're already doing something very judgmental right there when you're introducing the word values into the conversation.
Yeah, I need to teach. Here, I'll do it to Phil.
There you go.
Phil, I need to teach you some values.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Phil
Which is really, I need to teach you my values.
Yeah, right. Okay, I need to teach you my values because my values are better than your values.
Yeah. You need to have that.
You need to get you some values like I have.
Yeah. I mean, notice hopefully you folks are seeing why we don't talk about values. It's because of this judgmental, my values are better than your values. And I'm assuming that you don't have values.
Yeah. And that's why you're here, for me to teach you about values.
Yeah.
You're here because you have a values deficit.
Yep. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that goes right over here. See, in the lower left.
And we need to do some values work.
Oh, yeah? And they'll say you need to do some values work.
That's it. We're going to do some value stuff now.
The entailed other side of that statement is that you are values deficient.
You don't got none.
Right.
Yeah. Values remediation equals.
Yeah, you need to go to the. You need to go to the remediation class.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Values remediation class.
Right
down
now, go to that Quonset hut over in the playground with the other people who need.
Missed that somewhere along the way. You go over there.
values remediation work,
Yeah.
right? And I know it's innocent, folks. People are doing this, and you got to think about the other side, and the other side is people are being insulted.
Mhm.
They're not taking this well.
Yeah.
Why do I know this? Because I used to work with people that would tell me about how they felt,
They would come
about
and tell us.
being insulted by this stuff.
Yep.
Okay, they would make no bones about it, and so I had to learn quickly to ixnay on that kind of values work.
Mhm.
Get rid of that. So along comes the matrix, and it's about, we say who's important to you because it's concrete. Almost essentially all people have
Everybody can wrap their head around who and what's
one or more people that they can think of in their head that is important to them. Okay, it's just because it's concrete, it's easy, and that's all you do. So all of this stuff is easy about that. But then when you get it in the upper left, it has nothing to do with moving away from people who are important to you.
Nope.
As Peter said,
They're still there.
that's not
Yeah.
that's not a behavioral
Nope.
analytic term. There's no
Yep.
there's nothing there for that.
Analyze.
No.
Yep.
So, but it's pretty easy to notice when you're doing away moves. If you notice the fear or the pain or the anxiety or whatever going up inside of you, and then you notice yourself doing a behavior to lessen it, you can get pretty well practiced at that. That's sort of an interesting thing to notice, as a matter of fact. And then you can get in, and then you'll notice the workable ones versus the not so workable ones, right? So that's some of my way behaviors work, and other ones, yeah, they don't seem so.
Not so much.
Same way on the toward side, though. Some of the stuff that I do to move toward others works. And other stuff that I do,
That's why.
not so much.
Yep.
Right. You notice the whole package.
And you only get to notice workability if you're up there behaving, not down there thinking about behaving or judging about behaving. You only get to notice workability by behaving.
I'm doing the entire thing from my couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Love it.
It's not going to work.
And if you're sitting
Watch the faucet from the couch.
there's really about one behavior that you notice: sitting on the couch behavior, right?
Sitting on the couch. Yeah.
And how does my sitting on couch behavior work? Is it no, you can sit on the couch as a toward move. You can sit on the couch away or both, whatever. That's fine.
Have a blast.
Right. Have a blast. But now you're going to be noticing the full package of your sitting on the couch. The whole package that goes with it.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And it's wonderful. And once you get into this, folks, it's great. It's non-judgmental.
It'll be a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. But it's
We
not so
share all recordings. Click up there where it says Matrix Talk, and you can find every recording,
including the CCMT and the CMT ones.
They're all in there. This one will be there, Gene. Right after it's over, it will be there.
About a minute after it's over.
Yeah, after we end, it'll
right
show
there.
back up. You can watch it to your heart's content.
So with that, and you can get certified in this, in doing this with people.
Yeah.
And you don't need to be certified to do it.
Not required to do it.
Go show people.
But some people just want to show off their certificates.
Or they might need them for some reason. Yep.
Whatever. So we've had it for a while, but we think this is a better method for keeping track of what people are doing.
Yeah. Well, and you can keep track yourselves of what you're doing.
And you can keep track yourself.
Yep.
It's just at the end, you're finally going to have to show us your stuff. But that makes sense. You don't get a black belt in karate.
Yeah, you don't go in and tell the sensei about karate.
What you're going to do.
I don't go in and tell them about Aikido. I say do Ikkyo, and that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. You got to show us your stuff. But you do it via a Crowdcast or a Zoom call, or however you want to do it. So there you go.
That's it.
We have done it. We've done our away move.
We have gotten this.
We did our away move.
We have scratched this itch, folks. We have
We
scratched.
did our, yes. And it was very much in service of what's important to us, which is getting the matrix out there.
Yeah,
Matrix out there, but also so it's helpful and not harmful.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's non-judgmental. So
Not,
people
yes,
use it
not
and
harmful.
and not feel crappy about using it if they go to use it.
Do no harm.
Yeah, well, the first thing is do no harm, and you start talking about people moving away from their values. Ouch!
Ouch.
Ouch!
Yeah.
Ouch!
Yeah.
Should I put the T-shirt link here?
Yeah, put the T-shirt.
Oh, yeah,
in.
yeah,
You can get a
absolutely.
T-shirt. Look, you can get a T-shirt.
Yeah, and now we have different colored T-shirts, don't we,
Yes,
Tina?
there's 3 colors.
Wow.
They have the Matrix Talk logo on the front, and on the back it has the "Can I show you my point of view?"
Yeah.
There's 3 colors,
You can
and
have.
shipping and tax are included in the price.
Yep.
Could you show them that picture?
I don't know if I can show pictures.
I had it.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I could share my screen.
Yeah, just share your screen, and they'll see the pictures. They're fun. They're not very expensive either.
Oh,
And we don't have to do the shipping.
that's the best part.
It'll come right to you.
I did all the shipping up till this point,
It's loading.
which was fun. But it's a nice away move.
Come on.
Let somebody else do the shipping.
Do you need me to show mine?
Yeah,
All right.
mine is taking a while loading.
Ah.
I added the question mark on the back too, so it
You
should
got
be
it?
there.
Okay, good. Yes, I saw that.
Can you see mine?
I got to bring it up, make it bigger, Kevin.
Oh, sorry. How do we do that? That's big.
It's next to you. And now just you.
It's coming. It's coming.
The T-shirt
There
is
it is.
Kevin's face. Just kidding.
There you go.
Oh, that's so on the front you've got the matrix where curiosity meets workability.
Well, yeah, see, the one looks a lot like our current T-shirt here.
Yeah.
In the lower left with the black.
There's
The original-
navy and black
This is the original shirt here.
and army green.
Good, excellent. Yeah, all right.
That's fun stuff. And you get where what's the company that's doing this?
It's either called Printful or Printly. I can't remember, but they do all the fulfillment and everything. You just design on there, and then you get a link for your store,
Excellent.
and they do it all. It's really easy. Yeah.
Get a T-shirt, sign up for certification, and we've been doing it for some years now.
Yeah.
We're going anywhere.
I'm certified. There's a link to everybody who's
If
certified.
you click the green button and then click another link, you'll see
all
all
Click
the
and click.
People that have been certified.
Yeah.
what we do around here. We click.
Here's all the
We have away clicks and toward clicks.
Yeah.
here's all the people that are certified.
There's a
Go
link.
check them out.
Our
need to-
ever-growing list.
Add some more people.
Add more people. Yep.
Yep, we want to add them all.
Yeah.
Hey, and the T-shirts are here just in time for summer up here.
Absolutely.
And National SEL
National
Day.
SEL
All
Day.
being
Yeah.
certified.
Honor of
All
National
certified.
SEL. It even says it on the side, right, Tina?
It does.
It says National SEL on the sleeve.
It says TAMA celebrates National SEL Day or something, 2021. Daily classes.
Which will be Friday is the day, folks. National SEL Day.
Oh, Paul
I'm
says he's
excited.
certified insane.
Well, yeah, we don't tell you, we are all certified, Paul. And you do realize that.
Certified.
This is a certifiable club.
I don't think I'm certified.
Oh, yes, you are.
Really? Am I certified?
Oh, yeah. If you're not, you soon will be. We'll have to work on that, Kevin.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if we can. I don't know if that
We'll rough
counts.
something up for you.
Well, he's got a test first. So
Okay,
you'll
but-
need to contact.
But I would have to. But I would have to test myself.
There you go. So you can notice yourself.
I can guarantee you, I'm going to make an A.
Yeah.
It says on here that you're a member of the certification.
Oh, I'm part of the certification committee.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we put ourselves up there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Phil
this
is
is,
a certification mentor and
Yeah.
charter member of the
That's right.
Pro-Social Mastermind.
that's right. We are.
Yep. Someone had to start this stuff.
Yeah. Somebody had to.
There you go. Paul just certified you, Kevin.
Okay. Well, you guys, I think we're done for today.
I think we've done it.
We've done well. Everybody, thanks for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Good day.
We'll
Stay safe.
we'll be back Wednesday.
We'll see you Wednesday.